As you know or may not know, I started a brand new business starting from scratch in 2023. And today we're going to be looking at the income report for January 2023. Let's talk about it. How's it going? Digital DIY Geek here, and welcome to this video on where I'm going to be showing you my income report. Now, this honestly is what I feel like is a real representation of when you're first getting started versus seeing a lot of people who've already done surpassed this point and they only got good news to share. So oftentimes, more than not, when you first start a business, you're not going to start out hitting it out the ballpark. You're going to start out in the hole, and that's what you're going to see here. So let's take a look at it. Now, as you can see right now, I track everything using YNAB. If you're not using this service, I highly recommend you check it out. I'll link it up below. I'm not an affiliate for it, but that might change in the future. So just assuming it's an affiliate link all the same. All right. So YNAB is what I use to track the business. It's what I use to track all my finances from the business to personal to everything. But it's pretty cool. So let's click over. We're inside my account. We're looking at January 2023, as you can see. And you can see that I assigned $866.80. Of that, I spent $811.85. Now, let's pause for a second. Some of the stuff up in this account isn't showing up. It didn't hit my business account. It actually hit my regular Chase account. So that part kind of sucked, but I'll point that out. So this number is honestly a lot higher. I'm actually over budget. Like, I budget this business out for $500 or $1,000 every single month. So realistically, if we add in, as you can see right here with SEM Rush, you can see it never hit. So if we add in SEM Rush and we add in Amazon Kindle to that $819 to that $811.85, it would definitely push me over the $1,000 mark. So, or let's see, it might not actually. I think I pay like $119 for SEM Rush plus Amazon Kindle, which is $9.99. So I really spent $940.84. But for whatever reason, I updated my credit card on file for Amazon because one was expiring, and it switched everything over to use that credit card, my Chase account, to pay for all my Amazon products, which is one of the things Amazon do that I don't like, but I was able to go up in there and fix it. So my next payments for Amazon Kindle Unlimited is going to be coming out the business account, not my private account. SEM Rush, I don't know why I put it on this account, but I'm going to switch that over as well. So $940.84 is my true expense. It's how much I really spent in the month of January. So you can say I'm negative $940.84. And if you look at what I spent it on, buffer doesn't count. That's just a buffer for this account. So I'm not sure. I must have didn't have nowhere to put the $299, so I'll put it there. But G Suite is what I use for the business. You can see it used to be $36. I brought that down drastically for the month of February. Notion, I pay for Notion, that's $5. Set App. Now, Set App is honestly an app that I use mainly for the business because it's a lot of productivity apps and things like that. For me, in my personal opinion, this is a must-have. You can see the training that I paid money for is LinkedIn Learning. That cost me $39.99, which I actually canceled that this month because I'm not using it. You can see Audible. I spend a lot of money on Audible. As you can see, this is just me buying books. I spent $32.08 on books for the month of January. Experian, that's credit. I added it into the business side is because, I mean, honestly, the main reason why I'm making sure my credit is great and establishing it is honestly for the business. So I'll be able to do a lot more than just have another online business. You can see 1Password is up in here. That's my password software for the business. You can see Text Expander. This is an automation tool. Cost me $416. I have ClickMagic that I pay $37 a month for. I have YouTube because honestly with the ads, sometimes I just don't want to deal with ads. Other times when I'm doing research, I do want to see what ads pop up. But if I'm in work mode and don't want to be disturbed, then I'll go to my account where it's no ad premium. I think it is called YouTube Premium. I go to that account. You can see right here, Buzzsprout, I spent $18 a month. That's just my podcast hosting software. I really need to get back on top of creating podcasts at least once a week so I won't feel like I'm wasting $18. You can see SEM Rush. Again, this I think I paid like $119 for. This came out of my other account. That's the reason why I didn't hit on this account. Then you can see one-time payment, fully spent, $7.50. Honestly, I don't know what that was. You can see my other PNC account transfer. Now, when you look at this $546.74, basically what that is, if we scroll up, I don't have Google Ads running right now, but I want to continue to spend money as if I was paying for Google Ads. So what I'm doing is I'm still paying myself and I'm transferring it over to my Google Ads account because I don't pay for ads out of this account right here. And the main reason is because I want to keep it separate. So if something hit this account without me knowing, I don't want it to affect my advertising budget or my advertising account. And for me personally, it helps me to sleep better at night. And honestly, I recommend you keep your traffic budget separate from the rest of your budget. And in business, your advertising budget is always separate anyway. So I just have them in two separate accounts. So that's what that $546.74 is. Then you can see PNC fees is $13.88 to have this business account. And then true expenses, it looks like I spent something in true expenses. So I can click in, open it up. It says shopping. So I must have bought something. I don't know what that is. And then you can see some of my other expenses that's going to be coming up very soon. And that's it. So, I mean, at the end of the day, when you're first getting started out, when you're building a business, you're not really making money. And if I'm being completely honest with you, when it comes to me and making money, that's not, I want to make money. So don't misunderstand what I'm going to say, but I'm not in a position where, you got some people who feel like, the rubber meets the road. Either they got to make a sale or they in trouble. I don't want to be in that position. That's why I work the way I work, because I want to be able to build my business comfortably. And I don't want to have to, I don't want the lights being turned off to be dependent upon if I can make a sale this week or this month, or if I don't make this sale this month, then the light's going to be turned off or something like that. For me personally, that's just a stressful way to build a business. I tried it. Trust me, I quit my job, listening to all the noise online and didn't have a backup plan. And I felt that stress firsthand. So it's not something I would do. It's not something I would recommend. Right now, I fund my business with $1,000 a month. And yeah, I'm always looking at what I'm spending it on, if it makes sense for me to spend it there. And as you can see here, the lion's share of my budget is used for traffic, which I believe any budget should be, to be honest with you. My overall bills, if we take off this $546, this would be well up under, honestly, $400. I'll probably be spending like $300 and some overall, maybe like $380, $390 overall on my overall expenses that I use to run this business. And outside of that, some of this stuff, you would probably argue that it's not even a business expense. But to me, it personally is. Or if not, I still want the business to cover it because that's what I use it in. So that's what I want it for. So with that being said, how am I looking to basically progress with making money for the foreseeable future? Well, for me, I'm in the process of creating a digital asset. So I'm working on that right now. Honestly, my main focus is getting these YouTube videos up as my primary focus, and I'm working on my digital asset in the background. So I'm hoping to have that up by no later than the end of February, early March. I honestly want to have it up before then. But when you're a solo entrepreneur and you're creating the courses, you're editing, you're doing all that stuff, and you're working a full-time job, it's honestly not an easy thing to do. Like, you really gotta, prioritize what's important to you. And right now, what's important to me is being consistent with this YouTube channel, making sure I'm putting up videos every week, making sure I'm putting up shorts every day for at least the next year, just because I want to see what the stats are going to look like. I want to see what type of dent it can make in it. And that's primary. And secondary is creating my digital asset and getting it online and starting to produce some revenue. So with that being said, this is what you can expect when you're starting out from scratch. I know some people say you can build a business starting from scratch 100% free. Honestly, that methodology or method has never worked for me. So this is my overall expenses. A lot of this stuff, honestly, I can do without. The only thing on here that I can honestly say that I would not do without is I would do Audible. I wouldn't do without that. I would do 1Password just because it's the convenience of it all. So I wouldn't do without that. And then the other one would be SEMrush because I need that for my research. YouTube Premium, I need that because that ensures I don't get pulled down a rabbit hole. If I see an ad to catch my attention, things like that, I don't have to worry about getting distracted. And I think that would be it. And Buzzsprout, SetApp, and Notion. Even G Suite is not a must-have, but those 5 would be the 5 that I must have regardless. But since I am funding it with $1,000, I am more on the side of, making my life easy and things like that. And some of the stuff that I use for the business not even up in here because I kept it on the personal side because I use it in my job, in my primary job, and in a business such as OmniFocus. Now, Notion is here because I only use Notion for the most part in the business. But with OmniFocus, I use that in my entire life. I'm starting to use Notion a lot more in my personal life too because it's just a pretty cool application. But with that being said, this is my income report. I am at a negative $940.84 for the month of January. I'm currently building out my digital asset to start bringing in some revenue. And yeah, I'll keep you posted on how it go. Till next time. Later.